My aunt has complained about me at every family gathering for as long as I can remember. But last Christmas, Karma showed up wearing a suit. If there was a birthday, she'd complain about me. If there was a wedding, she'd find something to criticize. If there was a funeral, she'd somehow still make me the topic. It didn't matter what I did. If I wore makeup, she's trying too hard. If I didn't, she looks tired. If I got good grades, books won't teach you real life. If I worked weekends, she probably can't manage her money. The worst part? She never said these things when we were alone. She waited until everyone was listening. Then she'd smile like she was just being honest. I used to argue back. That only made me look disrespectful. So eventually, I stopped. I just smiled, changed the subject, and helped clear the plates. But I always knew she was talking about me when I wasn't in the room too. Because relatives would suddenly ask the strangest questions. So, are you still difficult at home? Is it true you argue with your parents? I'd just smile. No, but thanks for asking. Then came Christmas. The whole family gathered at my grandparents' house in the UK, as usual. My aunt found her moment. She laughed loudly and said, I just worry she'll never settle down. She's far too stubborn. A few relatives nodded awkwardly. Before I could answer, her oldest son put his fork down. Mum, the room went quiet. You've said something negative about Emma at every family event for years. She laughed nervously. Oh, don't be dramatic. He didn't smile. No, you've never noticed because you're too busy talking. You complain about her to us too. Silence. He looked around the table. Half the things you say about Emma aren't even true. Nobody moved. My aunt's face turned bright red. She looked at her younger son. He quietly shrugged. Then he said, I've been telling you to stop for years. For the first time in my life. She had nothing to say. Dinner carried on, but something had changed. Nobody laughed at her little comments anymore. Nobody joined in. A few days later, I heard she'd been telling relatives her sons had embarrassed her for no reason. Maybe that's what hurt her the most. It wasn't me who finally spoke up. It was the two people she'd always expected to agree with her. Sometimes, the loudest gossip ends the moment the people closest to them stop listening. I haven't heard her complain about me since. But every time my phone rings with a family invitation, I still wonder if this time will really be different.